Now we're going to start with paragraph number 1, where it starts with just a couple questions in there that they want you to start thinking about while you're reading it. We're not going to find any evidence in the first part yet because they're just questions. They're not facts or information that can support our 2 points. Remember, while we're reading, we're thinking about, okay, what information am I going to read that will tell me how people are not using too much water or how people are reusing water, right? So I'm going to start with paragraph 1. It says, did you know that kids can make a very important difference in saving the Earth's water? They can, but first off, why do we even need to save water? Paragraph 2. Water is a natural resource that we get from the Earth. Without it, we would not be able to live. Imagine a world with no water at all. You wouldn't be able to drink it, bathe, or swim. Without clean water, plants, animals, birds, and ocean life would also be unable to live. Kids can help protect this resource. You make a big difference, or huge difference, simply by starting at home. To get an idea of how much water we can save if we all made a small effort, think about this. What if every person across the nation flushed their toilets 1 time less every day? Together they can save enough water to fill a lake as large as a mile wide and long and 4 feet in depth. Now I'm going to stop right there, stop at every single paragraph to see if I find any evidence for these 2 points. Now, you can see that I did highlight something in green. I highlighted where it says, what if the nation flushed their toilets 1 time less every day? If they're not flushing their toilet too much, just 1 time less every day, they're using less water, so they're not overusing water. Also, it says right here, they can save enough water to fill up a lake. I think that's a lot of information or a very interesting fact that proves why we should not use too much water. So right here for the point where it says not using too much water, I'm going to put paragraph 2. And I'm not going to say this word for word from the text. I'm going to put if people, or put capital. If people flushed, remember these are just notes, flushed toilets less, we could have saved enough, or let's just put a lot of water. Okay, I just restated that evidence in my own words. I know it says to fill a lake as large as a mile wide, but I just put it in my own words. It said a lot of water. Now I can go back and restate that in different words as long as it's not word for word in here. Okay? Now, let's keep going on. Paragraph number 3. It says, when you wash your hands, don't leave the water running. Not using too much water, don't leave the water running. I think that is evidence right there. Wet your hands and turn the water off. Use soap and lather your hands well. Then turn the water on to rinse. Turn off the water and make sure it is off completely, then dry your hands. So basically, we can save water by not leaving the water running when you wash your hands. So in paragraph 3, turn off water when, washing hands. And if you're asking why am I doing it green, my students know that evidence is always in green. My points are usually in blue, but yes, I did forget my blue marker. Okay, we are going to paragraph number 4 now. It says, do the same when you brush your teeth. Turn the faucet on to get your toothbrush and toothpaste wet. Turn it on again to rinse your mouth and toothbrush. Don't leave the water running while you're brushing. So I can even put that 4. Turn off the water when washing hands and brushing teeth. So put paragraph 4 here too. Sorry if you can't see. There we go. Now, I know I didn't start with a capital letter. I know they're not complete sentences. These are just notes. You'll see how I turn all these notes into my plan sheet right over here. And then I use that information to write my essay. Okay? They're just little jot thoughts. Paragraph 5. Number 5 says baths use a lot of water. About 37 gallons on average. Ooh, I love numbers. Anything that has like numbers or measurements or specific places, those are called statistics and interesting facts that I can use for my essay. Now, of course, I can still use these evidences. It's just not as convincing to prove my point. So I already have one that says baths use a lot of water, about 37 gallons on average. Take short showers and use only about 20 gallons of water instead. So I'm going to put paragraph 5. It's not talking about reusing water. It's not talking about me saving some water after I take a shower and using it for the next person. It only says that don't use too much, just take shorter showers. So paragraph 5, scooting this up. Paragraph 5. Now, to restate that, and it has numbers, I would say, okay, you're using 37 gallons usually, but if you take shorter showers, you're using only 20 gallons. So I can do like a math problem. You'll be saving 17 more gallons if you just take shorter showers. So I'm going to put here, people are saving 17 gallons. I did that by subtracting 30 from 20 of water by taking shorter showers. Now, you see that there's a lot of evidence for not using too much water. Hopefully, we get some evidence about reusing water. If not, we're going to have to change our point. Okay? Paragraph 6 says, do you have plants in your house? When vegetables or other fresh produce are washed, collect the water and use it to water plants. Oh, wait. We're collecting water now. When we collect water and use it to water plants, after using it to wash vegetables or produce, that's reusing water. So we're going to put that evidence as paragraph 6 under this point. So paragraph 6, we're going to put wash and it says water plants, right? So water plants with water that you used to wash vegetables. I was just going to put wash vegetables, but it did not make sense yet. So I put water plants with water that you use to wash vegetables with. So that one made a little bit more sense to me. Paragraph 7, you see that I don't have anything highlighted. That doesn't mean that you couldn't find anything, but let's see, okay? Do you like a drink of cold water now and then? Keep a pitcher of water in the refrigerator. That way you don't have to run the water to get it cold. It says run the water. You don't have to run it to get it cold. So maybe just keep your water refrigerated instead of waiting until the cold water gets in there. So you can use that one as well. It's just I'm not going to use it this time since I have so much evidence already. Okay. Paragraph 8. Put a barrel outdoors to catch rainwater. Then use that water for things like watering plants or flushing toilets. You can save hundreds of gallons of water a year. Alright, so it says put a barrel outdoors, catch rainwater. So paragraph 7 is all about reusing the rainwater. So we're going to put catch rainwater and use it and I already said about watering plants right over here, watering plants. So I'm not going to use that again, but it does say flushing toilets. So catch rainwater and use it to flush toilets. Okay, I have at least 2 pieces of evidence here. I have 4 pieces of evidence here. I only need 2 pieces of evidence for each point. So I can continue reading, but I have enough evidence. Okay, it says, in the summertime, it's fun to play under the lawn sprinkler. When you do, make sure it's only when the lawn is being watered. Remind others in your home and your friends not to leave any faucet running. Only use what is truly needed. Now, I see that they're also using the water that's being watered under the lawn sprinkler to also play under it. So it's not reusing the water because it's not being used and used again, but it's using water for different reasons. So you're doing 2 things with the water at the same exact time. It doesn't go with any of my points, but if I did not find evidence for one of these points, I can also create a point that says use the same water for 2 different reasons, for 2 different ways, or use water for 2 things at the same time. Okay? Now the next video I'm going to show you how to actually put this in your planning sheet in just a second.